This review is the hardest I've written so far. The reason is I have to explain the mechanics of the game, but they have to be discovered, and this is part of the charm here. I'll try to be careful not to spoil the fun, or maybe the frustration. You won't find any options inside the game, but you can choose resolution and graphics quality in a launcher. There you can also rebind keys if you want. It's a 2D game, but it will be nice to see more options, or at least sound sliders. In the game you control a nameless young man with serious psychological problems, suffering from insomnia, living in the middle of nowhere in a neglected house, surrounded by creepy forest. Every night he is awake and has to stay that way until dawn, defending his house from strange creatures by fixing the light in every room. This is the game. Well, there are a few other mechanics, if I can call them that way, because they are not that interactive. As a whole, what you have to do is vaguely explain, and this is part of the charm, but also can lead to frustrating moments. The character you control is constantly breaking the fourth wall and speaks to you what is on his mind or explaining the situation. You have to read between the lines to understand what the game asks from you. You can find letters or between levels they are shown to you to help in this regard. You have to fix the light as fast as you can. If you don't do it on time, you will encounter enemies. At certain rooms, when you are fixing the light, a giant eye will appear on the wall. It's some sort of portal, and the guests, as the game calls them, enter from here. If you manage to turn the lights on time, the eye disappears and temporarily stops the invasion. But if you don't succeed, part of your time will be taken. Time is your health here. In your top left corner, a clock is ticking. It shows how much time is left until dawn. If you don't manage to close the eye or enemy gets you, the time on the clock will be reversed. If it reaches the starting point, you are taken back in the beginning of the level. There is a way to move forward the clock. If you do specific action, a wooden cutout of you with a clock will appear. This helped me a lot at the few levels I was stuck. Enemies are not too many. Legs with box on top of them, candles, your doppelganger, and few more which I saw briefly several times. They appear if you don't manage to close the eye on time. You can avoid them by using the ladders or hide, but they can still catch you. The game is separated in two sections, inside the house and outside in the forest. As far as my understanding, what you do in the creepy forest depends what ending you will get. Graphics are good, everything in the house is cardboard cutout, and the developer put more details in there, but this reveals a lot of things about our nameless character. Movements of everyone are smooth, and despite a lack of details on them, I like their design, it's nice and clean. The sound is great. Music is absolutely absent, but this is not a problem. It adds to the dark atmosphere. Sound effects are great. Footsteps are clear, banging on the door and the squeaky planks are creepy. Weird voices can be heard, and so on. Voice acting is almost absent. The main character talks gibberish, remind me of Minions. Few times little girl can be heard talking, and it's alright. There are few moments that give me chills because of the great atmosphere and great sound effects. There is one major issue with this game, and it barely passes as that. You are fixing the lights by holding a button and that's it. This is the main mechanic, and a lot of times luck is needed. The other problem comes in the form of repetition. You are doing the same thing over and over again. There are 3 endings, although people say 2. Good, bad, and game over. To see all, you need to play the game again and again, but the repetition kicks here. I don't have the urge to play it right away because of it. But when you understand what you have to do, you can breeze through the game. I said 3 endings because there is one point that you can screw up really bad and you cannot start from previous save out. You have to start all over again. This is the 3rd end. But all this, for better or worse, is the charm of the game. It's a high-speed launch game. Making weird games is what they do, and that's why I love them. Despite the repetition, I kept going. I wanted to reach the end of the game because of its weirdness and great atmosphere, and I want to see what will happen. And one more thing. In the beginning of the game, they stated it's not really a game, it's an experience. I recommend it, but when it's on sale.